All right, you all. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, comedian, actress, rapper, singer, Hope. Okay, we're going to dive right back in because you are watching Racism Against Black Women DocuSeries, reality TV, for real TV, because this stuff really happened. All right, y'all. So this is part two, finishing up. Sometimes my camera just cut off on me because my SD card gets get too far. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so part two of the one where we're talking about racism against black women and against black women's hair, blonde hair particularly, which is amazing because people are wearing all colored hair. People that are not black people, they're wearing blue hair, pink hair, just all kind of hair, and they go blonde. You have different races who are not naturally blonde go blonde all the time. People just love it. You know what I'm saying? But it's something about, well, first of all, like I tell you, no matter how we wear our hair, they follow us throughout the store. Black women, this is what they do to black women. Okay, they follow us throughout the store. No matter where we go, they're looking at us sort of suspicious, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you look more like the mainstream, more like white people, the straight hair, the black hair, more how white people want their black people to look, you know what I'm saying, that they find more acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And you bougie black people too, because they the same way. They be looking at you like, I be like, are you white or black? Because the way you treat me, another black person, you've forgotten your color, your skin. But y'all know I talk about that. I will talk about blacks being racist against other blacks and among, because it don't make no sense. Sometimes some black people are more racist against other black people. This is their own race of people than other races are. Okay, so shouts out to the other races. But anyway, and again, white people and other races I talk about y'all. I'm not talking bad about you all, but in the discussion that I'm having, you all are the example of the best customer service that people get, especially white people get the best customer service. You know what I'm saying? White people can do whatever, act fool, turn over to, ain't nobody coming to arrest them, ain't nobody, and even if they do something so bad that people have to arrest them, those are the most gentle arrests that I've ever seen. They gently putting their hands in handcuffs. They're gentle, like, oh my gosh. If it was a black person, they would be dead. They wouldn't even be arrested. But anyway, shouts out those to the officers that do keep it real and do what's right. All right, y'all. So again, we're talking about black women, and we're talking about racism against black women. So again, I love my blonde hair. Yes, I do. And I know I'm beautiful. So again, when I talk about this subject, I remember I always have to say that black women, we are beautiful. I am beautiful. I love me. So when I'm talking about the racism against black women or the racism I experience because I am a black woman, it's not saying I don't love me. I love me, but I'm talking about that it is not right that I have to experience this racism because of the color of my skin. That this is not right. It's what I'm talking about. And there are so many black women that get killed, they get in prison, get arrested, just different, all because of the color of their skin. And because automatically, because of the color of their skin, someone just assumed that black woman could be a bad person. She ain't said nothing. She just walked up on the scene. I mean, time just walked up on the scene. And everybody get all looking at you all stern. And, now again, the white girl that looked up there and smiled, can I help you? And give good service. Even recently up in Hollywood, Ludacris, shout out to Ludacris, who got his award. So I went up to security, because again, I tend to go to some of the ones, I don't go all the time, but certain people just getting a star that I'm, really cheer on, which I cheer on everybody, positive everybody, but I'm just saying, I don't always go to the very beginning. As a matter of fact, I think that was my first time getting there so early, but considering that I had went to school with Chris, Georgia State University, shout out, and with Ludacris and stuff, I wanted to be there early, so I want to, and I remember someone had told me that if you get there early, if they have seats or whatever, you can get in, and the security ended up telling me, no, that's not true, but then one of the girls that had been going up there for years said, no, that is true, they did used to let you go in, but now they've changed where we go in, but we're by a fence. But I'm just saying, the response black women get when we, so when I was asking a question, he didn't even tell me the part that we could do. He was just like, oh, I don't know. But then when white people came up to him, was like, "Oh yeah," and just joking around, And then when you had one black security, he just, but I like he does that all the time. And then black men security, which we got to remember, a lot of black men do not like black women. Some black men are the main ones that look negatively at black women, and then let our hair be colored. Oh God, blonde. Oh my God, And I don't know where in the black race that they have looked at as blonde hair being bad or promiscuous, or I don't know. Sometimes you get people that, again, now, even when I'm wearing my black hair or other shades of hair, like I said, I mean, really, to me, I realize it's not even just the blonde hair, because some of this stuff I realize no matter what hair, even when you're on a wig, But I can't say a lot of times you do get, sometimes you get a lot more nicer treatment when you're wearing the long hair wig. So there's even maybe, I guess, a discussion on if your hair is really longer the way they want it to, which I've always had long hair all my life. I've just never got so caught up on long or short hair. But some people do, evidently, especially when they're critiquing their black people. But anyway, so it just be interesting. It just really be interesting the racism black women receive, period, regardless of how you got your hair. And then, what I've noticed in the blonde hair, like, so black hair too, you get the same. So really sometimes I'm just like, I've gotten to the point, wigs, weave, black hair, blonde hair, it's just racism against black women, period. They always look at you suspiciously. They always looking at you to do something. When you're in the store, they're following you around. So really, But again, that's why I say shout out though to women who do wear wigs. So sometimes you'll find women wearing the black straight wigs or whatever to try to fit in and conform to as much as mainstream society and as the white people would like their black people to look. So that they can get accepted, and so maybe they won't get accused so much or looked at suspiciously, But I'm over it, because I'm like, I'm gonna be me. I love me. I love my look, and you all know all my life I've always gone back and forth, black, blonde, whatever. And whatever I'm looking like at that time, I love my look. That's why I'm choosing to look that way. So I love my blonde natural. And again, the natural, that's a whole nother discussion too, because a lot of times they want us to have our hair straight or in a certain way. That now even braids have came more acceptable, especially if you wear them really long, and they're black. Even sometimes the blonde braids, if they're long, it's something about, because again, a lot of time with the braids, that's weave mixed in with the braids. But it's something about us wearing our natural hair that grows out of our head in the texture they need. I love my hair in a little texture, that people just, I mean, they just don't like black women hair, not our natural hair that grows out of our head. That's not, permed or not, Now again, I wear the blonde, yes, but I strictly just do the bleach, so I'm not trying to do anything to really change a lot of the pattern of my, hair, but I love my blonde hair. And I don't plan to change it unless I want to change it. But it's just sad how it seems like you get more scrutinized sometimes, or even ridiculed sometimes because of how you have your hair, like you're a joke. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do jokes, but I'm not a joke. There's a difference. But anyway, but again, that's where, like I tell you, I'm society, y'all know I'm a Christian. So you just show people love and keep going, or you just ignore it and keep going because you love yourself and you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And again, and some people love it. Like, oh my gosh, how you doing like that? Oh, girl, let me tell you. But I love me. And but just like other races can wear their hair, the white race can wear their hair pink, purple, blue, whatever. No one is thinking bad of them, negatively of them. No one is criminalizing them for the color of their hair. Just none of that is going on. When white people change the colors of their hair, it's okay. People still respect them. They're still getting the best service. And that's what I'm talking about. So me as a black woman should not be extra scrutinized, criminalized because of the color of my hair, or just because I'm a black woman here, or because I choose to wear my hair naturally that comes out of my head. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's so ridiculous and ludicrous. But I never will forget. I happened to hear it on TV, and God must have had me to hear that they talked about mental illness, the mental illness of people who are racist. You know how they always try to act like black people got a problem. No, not us. We ain't got a problem. People who are racist Now you're a black person and you're racist against your own place. So you probably, yeah, you may have been wrong. But you know, because anytime you are not liking a person because of the color of their skin, the person has not done anything wrong to you. The person is a human being just like you are. Breathe, eat, bleed red, go to the bathroom, everything just like you do. But because of the color of their skin, or even maybe how they got their hair, you are not liking them. Something's not right in your head. So y'all remember that when they be looking at you like something wrong. No, ain't nothing wrong with you. Something wrong with them for them misjudging you, biasing you, being racist towards you, and you have not done not one thing to them. Okay? So remember that. But anyway, so it's not right. So that's why I speak out about it. And then y'all know as I'm speaking out about it, then I also try to tell you all, how to handle yourself. I'm a Christian, so I stay prayed up, and a lot of times, sometimes I'll be nice, and just smile and keep, and something about I guess smiling, that lets them see. But then again, I've learned when people are racist against you, you can smile and be friendly to them all you want to. They just do not like you because you are a black woman, and then some just don't like you because you are a black woman and got blonde hair. Some just don't like you because you are a black woman and are wearing your natural hair and they feel like it should be perm, black, and straight. Or you should put a wig on. I'm not wearing no wig. I wear a wig when I want to, but when I don't want to wear a wig, I am not going to allow society to try to force me to wear a wig so that they can accept me, so I can be acceptable to how they want their black people to know. I'm going to be myself. And I thank God for that. But I know how it is because I remember times when, like, especially when you're trying to go get a job, trying to, you got to put that look on, that mainstream society will accept you, whatever the case may be. I'm over it because I've realized too, with the wig, without the wig, black natural hair, blonde natural hair, brown natural, whatever. People who are racist against blacks are just going to be racist against blacks. Black people who are racist against other blacks, no matter what you do, they're just going to be racist against you. So really, I don't know if the blonde hair has anything to do with it, truthfully. But I can't tell a little bit. Like I said, I get asked more on if I have a light. And I don't smoke. So I'm talking about a lighter. I don't know what people equate blonde hair. And again, they only do this to black women because this is not done to white people with blonde hair. It's not done to other races that dye their hair blonde. But I don't know. I don't, they just assume, black people with blonde hair must smoke or we must be promiscuous, and I'm not. I practice celibacy. I am not having sex unless I'm married, and I am not trying to get married. No. And so, you know, um, it's just amazing. Anybody that knows me knows I'm the sweetest, kindest person ever. And I love everybody. I don't care what your race or color is. I love you. And so it's just, so again, racism against black women, that's what you're watching right now. And this is a docu-series, reality TV, for real TVs. This stuff really happens. And I don't just talk about experiences that happen to me, but also what I see that happens to others. And sometimes you have to explain to some of the women, black women, when they're like, well, why did they act? I said, well, honey, sometimes, when you're black, they just, and especially out here sometime in LA, it's not just LA, everywhere though, they just dismiss you. They either just ignore you and act like you don't exist. You can be asking them a question. I'm talking about customer service, and they just ignore you or just, and you just seen them gave the best service to the white person in front of you. That'd be so amazing to me. You'd be like, but because of the color of your skin, and their racist and bias towards you, because of racism, and that's the sad part, it's racism. It's racism for why they're treated, no matter what they want to try to call, because then they try to give you excuses when you call them out on the radio. Well, no, what's this now? Now, then they try, well, I'm black. That don't mean you can't be black against other black. You can't be racist against other black people. I mean, like, especially when you just right there seeing the comparison of the treatment. Okay, so let's date this. So this is May 29th, 2023. This is Memorial Day. So again, we remember all those military people that have died and fought in war for us. And also remember just everybody. Memorial Day, I remember family members that have passed, just people, friends and celebrities, just people that have passed that, you miss. But right now we're talking about racism against black women. Because racism against black women. Because you know what I'm noticing, especially on YouTube, sometimes they put the words with, and I talk so fast. So like I'm raised in the Midwest, right? And my whole family talks fast, right? And then I've lived down south in Atlanta, and I'm out here now in LA. So and then I even lived in Mississippi for a while. I taught school down there, but so I just talk fast. So I have to slow down for YouTube when they're putting the words up. And I don't know, some of the social medias might put the words up too, but I tend to do my videos on YouTube, and so they can actually word it correctly on what I say. So this is the show Racism Against Black Women, because I want that part to be brought out. And this is a documentary, a real life documentary, reality TV, real life, because these things happen for real. All right, y'all. Now I'm gonna get back to my note. Some things I just want to make sure that YouTube puts in correct writing. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. So again, solutions. Number one, stay prayed up. Stay connected to God, because God see everything. And again, it's not really about pleasing people, because I really don't care what other people think about me. My point is when it comes to security or police, or you're not getting opportunities because people are being racist against you. Just your everyday person walking by, don't have you. Who cares? I don't care if you don't. But like I say, it comes when it comes to your safety. Because when you have police or security harassing you, following you around in stores, or like I said, you're going to a Hollywood event and they're mistreating you or not giving you the same opportunity as your white, counterpart to the people that are doing the same thing, acting, music, comedy, or just at a free event, and they're giving them all these accommodations, extra accommodations, and they're looking at you. Now they want to get you to treat you like a basic human being. They won't even do that. They won't treat you like a human. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. And like I said, and take notes, because I always, I remember names or describe people. I always keep write notes and stuff, because if it gets too much, you sue that person. I do believe in the law. I believe in lawsuits. Oh yes, I do. And then you all know that I'm disabled, so between the nerve pain, the asthma, the food allergies, things like that. So sometimes, like I said, I'm always keeping at least 2 bags on, you know what I'm saying? To keep me alive, you know what I'm saying? When you get scrutinized on that, but then you'll see white people who are disabled, and they got everything, every bag in the world, and no one is scrutinizing them like that. So there's just a lot of things that are done to you just because of the color of your skin, because you're a black girl. Your hair gets more scrutinized because you're a black woman. White women hair don't get scrutinized like black women's hair does. People don't care what color their hair is. Their hair can be pink. White women's hair can be pink, blue, yellow, whatever. They're still going to treat them right and give them respect. You know what I'm saying? Black women, they don't give some respect. And first of all, don't treat us right then if they don't like what our hair looks like, or if they don't like other things about us. I mean, it's like we're just screwed. But that's all racism. It's because of the color of our skin that we are being mistreated in that way. And it's not right. It's not right. So I keep speaking out about it because I deal with it every day. Every day I deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to, know who you are, where you have the self-esteem, where even though you can feel and know people are following you or watching you throughout stores or differently, that you love yourself. And I'm not gonna have the racism discussion every time I go. Sometimes I call myself trying to be nice and educate the people and let them know, when you do that, that's racist. Because actually sometimes they don't. People, they can be racist, but they don't like being called racist. And they don't like their racism pointed out to them. And I don't feel like going back and forth with people. Sometimes you're trying to go on the store, get what you're trying to get, and go about your business. So a lot of times I've learned, from the stores to events, go and just do what I gotta do. And if I'm sitting here watching them treat another race way better than me, get to the point you just don't even worry about it. You're like, here, well, at least I'm at the event. But yeah, they let me in at least. I'm gonna have my own fun. And I'm gonna stay happy. me, and I'm not going to let them rob me of my joy. And that's also just being a child of God. Because a lot of that's spiritual warfare too. We all know the devil hates us. So now I'm talking about Christian. If you're not saved, get saved, you'll understand more of what I'm talking about. I read your Bible, the Holy Bible, God's Bible. There's different Bibles out there and there's different gods. So that's why I always got to make sure God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, God, that God, and Christian, because you also got to remember it's that spiritual warfare type thing that we talk about in Ephesians 6 in the New Testament of the Holy Bible. That spiritual attack that people just attack you also because you're a Christian. And some people do not like God or are atheists, and don't, and they can tell, which y'all see I always with my little cross earrings. It's sort of hard sometimes for me to wear the necklace. If the necklace is hard, heavy, it weights on me and increases nerve pain. So I tend to do more of the earrings, and then I just love people. And then also, spiritually sometimes them evil spirits can just still tell that you got a God spirit in you and they just launch after you. They're going to come after you, you know what I'm saying? And so you got the spiritual warfare thing going on. But what we also got to remember is, though, but our God is greater. Our God is greater, and God is going to watch over us. That's why I mentioned that part, because no matter what you're experiencing, because racism is a demonic spiritual, because now we're talking spiritual, a Christian spiritual level. That is a demonic spirit, people who are being racist against you. That's a demonic spirit in them. So you stay prayed up, and a lot of times you just, let God just cover you. You stay loving and kind, but don't get me wrong. Now, God will have you point out some things. Sometimes God will have you speak up. Some people think, okay, when you're a Christian, you're supposed to be, yes, when you're talking about slavery, talking about being a Christian. And when Jesus went through and turned over the tables, remember that part of Jesus, because he was saying, you're making my house a house of thieves, you know what I'm saying? So, this theory of that Jesus just don't do, that Jesus just, Jesus wanted to, Jesus stands up for rights, that Jesus, you know what I'm saying? He does do that, because we forget that part of Jesus. But a lot of times I just ignore it because, again, I'm happy. And so that's why I also talk about that demonic spirit, because there's also spiritually, the devil always wants to try to rob you of your joy. You know what I'm saying? So, you see the racism present. You can tell how a person is treating you. And because, like I said, they don't just call you the N-word these days, but it's how they treat you. It's things what they're saying, especially when you're seeing how you're being treated and how a person who is not Black being treated, or a person of their same race. If it's a person that's not Black, so if it's a Latino person or Asian person or whatever, sometimes you see them treating their race way better than they're treating you. And especially everyone, white people, treat you the best. So like I said, white people, when I'm mentioning white people, I'm not saying anything negative about you. We just want your same treatment. We want them to treat us just like you. That's when there's no more racism, when everybody is getting treated positively and great, just like all the white people get treated, especially rich white men. So actually that's because I know some white people are like, well, wait a minute now, we don't get treated. So really the test is always the rich white man, on how he gets treated. We all should get treated that way. And white men, I love you, love you, money, all that. But I'm just saying we all should get treated that good treatment like you do. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. And like I said, so that's why we discuss racism. But how to deal with, like I said, a lot of times you can just ignore it. Don't let them rob you of your joy. You're there, especially if you're there at an event to have fun, you have fun. Now, if it's something that's trying to block you out of something, and you see clearly it's racism, it has something to do with why they're trying to leave you out or not give you the same opportunity, then you might want to speak up. But then also when you see that you're speaking up on it and the person just wants to argue with you or challenge you, versus, because I always tell them when they start arguing, when you point out their racism, I'm like, well, you know what? You would think that when I point out to you that what you just did was racist, that then you would stop being racist and be more kinder, not argue with me on if you're racist or not. I mean, you need to tell me that because I just seen what you did. So that lets me know you have some racism tendencies. Or like I say, the racism spectrum, the spectrum of how racist, where are they on the racist against Black women spectrum line? You know what I'm saying? So you might not always want to say something, especially when you're saying something, you see a person's ready to argue with you. Let it go. Let it go. Or just write your notes, and maybe if you feel led, talk with their manager, or it's really best to go to the corporate company, because sometimes the manager that's there is only going to take up for that person that's working right there. You know what I'm saying? So you just really have to be careful. Then you have to be careful because then they start harassing you more. you know. And you all know me, I love myself, you know, and so I'm confident and know God with me everywhere. So I tend to roll by myself. Plus, when I go places, I know there's going to be people I know there, you know what I'm saying? So we just, you know what I'm saying? So you really have to be careful, you know. So sometimes you just don't say nothing for the whole point of safety. You know, or sometimes it's that bad, just leave the area. It's not even worth being a part of that or what's going on, you know, because the key point is you being safe. And it's sad you would have to do that because someone's being racist against you because of the color of your skin, but you have to do what you have to do. You have to stay safe. And I'm a real big one of black women being safe because they just had in the paper about how uh, black women being killed, black women being hurt. The numbers have really gone up about the crimes against the crimes being done to black women. So we have to really, you know, keep our safety in mind. So black women, we love ourselves, you know, and black women, God got us. That's my saying. Black women, God got us. So no matter how much they try to be racist against us, we're gonna keep our joy. We're gonna because that's not our problem. That's their problem of them being racist. We haven't done anything wrong. We treat them right. Y'all know me. I'm a happy go lucky. Now, even if I gotta straighten somebody out on some stuff, I'm still happy. But I just need to say what I need to say. But it ain't robbed me of my joy. And then that's the sad part too, because then when you do speak up on something, you'll have it's like the black guy that I know he was treating all the white people and all the people that were not black, or the black people that again are the mainstream look straight black hair, you know, that he look the way he think. I guess black people should look, you know. He was very nice to me. He was always, and this wasn't my first go around with him. This black guy always treating me and always just treating you like you're not even a human being, you know, just blatantly you can see the difference. So when I pointed out to him, he literally tried to bully me and tried to get everybody against me. It was just so humiliating. It was, I felt victimized, you know, really I did because I hadn't said anything about any of I was just pointing out there. I didn't even say anything bad about him. I was just telling him, you know, it's not right that, you know, you're treating these white people, you know, the people, you know, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, just standing here watching, you know, whatever event, whatever. And, you know, you're treating them, you know, with the best and you're treating me with the most least, most less. Like I'm not even human, you know. So, and then he wanted to argue. He just kept the argument going up all day. And then the other security officer, he just became our friend and was talking to us. And actually, he, you know, sort of turned on the black security, you know, like, you know, treating him like, oh, why is he shouldn't be doing that to you all, you know. So I don't know, you know. And but anyway, God got us black women, and we're straight, and we don't let it get to us. No, we're gonna still love everybody, you know. But I talk about it one so you can know what's going on. Sometimes black women, when you're in a space and you're happy, you're doing right, you ain't done nothing wrong. People looking at you all funny and follow racism. How do you deal with it? Well, if you by yourself too, you want to be careful. Just go into the store, get what you got to get, or if you're at the event, you know, go on and enjoy the event. You know, just, you know, if you see people, you know, extra security around, you know, be aware of it. But you have your fun. Don't let it rob you. You having your fun now. You know what I'm saying? But just be careful. That's one of the key things, you know, because not everybody love black women and not everybody treat black women fairly and right like they do white people. You know what I'm saying? So you do need to be aware of it, you know. You might not want to start arguing with people, especially if you by yourself. You know, but you really don't like that because often we're not arguing, we're just pointing out the racism. But then people try to twist it around and try to make it sound like we're arguing. And because it's that racism out there against black women that, you know, they try to lie on us and act like that, you know, we're always arguing, and that's not true. We're usually just standing up for our rights, but they twist it around and act like we've done something wrong and we haven't. So again, black women, God got us. All right, I'm gonna close this out, y'all. So I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. You can follow me on YouTube at Michelle Hope Walker Speak 6547. I'm also on Twitter, Hope underscore speaks. I'm on Instagram, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. Facebook, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, period. Listen, and I love you all. Black women, we are the most beautiful, the great. And I wear my black women with the blonde hair. We beautiful. We love our hair. We love our blonde hair. That's what's up. All right, y'all. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. You've been watching Racism Against Black Women.